to resurrect Cortana. My friend had a cool theory that they were going to make a replacement Cortana, and there'd be like troubles with them getting along because she wasn't the real Cortana, which would have been also way better. And we'd be facing the Didact again, or more of the Promethean stuff, but that wasn't the case. So let's see what they set up. Like I said, Halsey joining Jewel Madama. First mission, last cutscene. Jewel Madama dies, and Halsey comes back. And they act like her betraying the UNSC just never happened. Like, they literally act like that never happened. And again, I don't like using literally like that, because Leafy kind of ruined it, because he says literally and everything, like, oh, he literally ate a slice of pizza. No, Leafy, he metaphorically ate that slice of pizza. But anyways, like, on the first mission, they just blew up what they set up with Spartan Ops, which excited a lot of people. Not a lot of people didn't like Spartan Ops' story, but it did set up something really cool, but they just didn't go with it. And then we had Cortana dying. I thought that would be a huge plot point of Master Chief trying to find his humanity, because as they said in Halo 4, Cortana was the human part to Master Chief, and 343 trying to actually give Master Chief more of a personality, which Bungie didn't want to do, because Bungie wanted Master Chief to just be kind of your tool. That's why they didn't call him John in the Bungie games, but they called him John in the 343 games, because they didn't want Master Chief to be John. They wanted Master Chief to be the player. So his backstory was your backstory. You were the Master Chief, and that's what 343 is trying to ruin here. Yeah, so with that aspect, I feel like 343 did have something going, saying Cortana was the human aspect of the Master Chief. And with Halo 5, they're trying to make him more human. They're giving him more friends. They're giving him more interactions. They're giving him more of a personality. But I feel like they could have done that. As much as I didn't like how they're doing that, they could have done it better. They could have done it with something to maybe gets on a lead of like, oh, maybe some of Cortana is still stored in, Forerunner archives and stuff, which she was. And I feel like the ending of Halo 5 should have been the cliffhanger where, Locke is just about to find him, but Master Chief's also just about to find Cortana, and that's what I thought Halo 5 was going to be, and that would have been fantastic. But like I said, instead, the Spartan Ops story plot ended in the very first mission. You went, rescued Halsey, killed Jumadama. I remember someone said, no, they don't actually show Jumadama dead. It's like, no, but he kind of got stabbed in the neck and thrown off a really, really high cliff, so I think it's safe to assume that he's dead. So they ruined that in the first mission, and then the second mission, they ruined the whole Cortana spoiler thing. Like, he sees Cortana, it's like, okay, that's cool, then he contacts the UNSC, and they're like, yeah, we know Cortana's alive, and it's like, what? And that was my reaction too. I'm like, what? They just revealed it in the very second mission? So let's see. They've set up something actually good with Halo 4 story-wise, and then in Halo 5 they ruin it in the first two missions. Set up two really cool plot points that could have existed independent of each other that would merge at the end of Halo 5 and made for a really cool cliffhanger, but instead they ruined it in the very first two missions, and they turned Halo 5 into a stereotypical robots take over and to rule the galaxy or world or whatever, cliche. And they ended it with what they wanted to be a cliffhanger, but what I wanted it to be was can I take off campaign and give you all the game modes that I wanted, please? Like, I'm a fanboy of Halo. I would have liked Halo 5 if it was somewhat bad, but the story is so garbage that I just didn't like it. Did not like it. That's all I'm going to talk about the story. There's so much more, like the fact that you play as Master Chief in 3 missions. Out of the whole campaign that's advertised to have a lot of missions. And 3 more of those missions weren't even missions. They'd go, oh, go talk to this guy. We'll go talk to that guy. oh, what's this? Go talk to that. And that's it. That's all there is. Kind of disappointing. Now let's talk about Warzone. Warzone is good. I like it. A lot of people don't. There is kind of like a paywall behind it a little bit. You either have to play a lot to unlock a good amount of stuff. By a lot, I mean like hundreds of hours, like days of playtime into the game until you start getting good drops. And I still haven't got a Nordfang to drop or any kind of mythic weapon, really, through normal gameplay. And I've played Halo 5 a lot more than a lot of people will. And it's the people who have all that stuff, or people who play 24/7, or people who put hundreds of dollars into the game. And that's just not fair. I mean, I get it. I've played so much Warzone where I only use loadout weapons. I don't even spawn in any vehicles. No, nothing. I don't spawn in anything. I just play Warzone for fun. So, I mean, it's not like it's pay to win, but to get the most out of Warzone and not be bored grinding, you're going to have to fork over some money. And I mean, I guess that's okay. It would be okay if they released something like Halo 5 Warzone on PC, free to play with microtransactions. That'd be fine, because it's free to play. But we're paying for this game, and now we're gonna have to pay to really experience the game after you pay for the game. And that's not good. Like I said, Warzone isn't that bad though. I feel like they're gonna improve on Warzone a lot. And I would love a PC exclusive Halo, just Warzone Halo game that's free to play with microtransactions. I would like that. I would like that a lot, actually. But just like have massive scale Warzone, like 50 players versus 50 players, not just 12v12, on like huge maps. Or even make it like almost like a PlanetSide ripoff, where it's like a huge continent, it's the whole map, and there's hundreds and hundreds of players on there. And you're part of 3 factions and you're warring. That'd be really cool. But enough about that. Let's talk about some other features here. Let's talk about theater. I want to talk about theater, and then I'm going to talk about Forge, because I want to end this on a good note. So theater's here. How much have I used theater in Halo 3? Every time I got a good clip, and every time I got a good game, I used it. Halo Reach. Every time I got a good clip, every time I got a good game, I used it. Halo 4. Every time I got a good clip, every time I got a good game, I used it. Seeing the pattern here? That's what theater is for. Halo 5. I used it a little bit, but it doesn't really work too well. The accuracy of what you're doing, it just isn't there. There's so many glitches and features broken with it. It's just nuts. It's just unusable. I like the player highlight feature. That's really cool. But everything else is garbage. Just flat out garbage. Like, you could be aiming at someone, hit their heads 100% of the time, and then you'll watch it in theater, and although you know you've hit them in the head, you'll be hitting like the mountain beside their head, and it'll register as getting a headshot. And it's like, people are gonna look at this gameplay and think I'm aimbotting, when it's just Halo 5's theater being garbage, completely garbage. And you have a whole bunch of bugs. Like, if you join in progress, you either can't view your point of view, or you'll take on a different gamer tag that'll play as you, or something else, and it's just gonna be super buggy. Or, you know, what I would do when I record theater clips with my capture card is I'll just go into theater, I'll just, you know, go on my phone or go on my computer and do something while I'm recording it, and I'll just, you know, leave it on in the background until it finishes recording. It's like, okay, that clip's over, time to end this, time to, you know, cue the next clip and record it. First of all, that kind of got broken Halo 2 Anniversary just because of the way the Xbox One works, how the screen dampened halfway through, so you have to like press, you know, a few buttons every once in a while, but otherwise it worked okay. And then with Halo 5, it's just not usable. It's just sad. Like, there's entire videos talking about everything wrong with Theater, and they go out and they talk about like all these bugs and how game breaking they are. So whenever I get a clip, I use the Xbox to record that. Oh, and wait, couldn't I at least do that with Halo 5? No, you have to use the Xbox DVR to record your clips, which is horrible. Because let's say you wanted to submit your clip to like a fails of the week type video. In Halo Reach, they could see the clip like, let's look at this at this angle. Let's look at this at a first person point of view. Let's look at this from the victim's point of view. Let's look at this from top down. Let's look at this from bottom up. Let's look at this from the side, other side, left side, right side, up, all this. But now there's a clip on DVR. That's it. And you may be saying like, oh, that's too much to ask for. That's a lot of features, Edgemeister. It's what we had before, so it's just the standard. Like I said with the game types, it's just the standard. The Halo standard. Halo had high standards before. It doesn't anymore. Also, bookmarking your theater games, you have to go on a Halo waypoint to do that. So that's kind of crappy as well. Whereas in Halo 4, and I think Halo Reach as well, you could do that in the menu, so you wouldn't even have to exit your queue. I do that in Halo 4 a lot. I would get a good game, right afterwards I would open up the menu, and I would just save the game. Sorry if you hear the upstairs. It's just that easy. You can't do that anymore. Anyways, let's talk about Forge now. Something good. Forge is the one thing about Halo 5 that I think impressed everyone. Forge is amazing in Halo 5. I just can't say how much good thing. Like, I can't even talk about all the features in it. Yes, they're still missing things like trade zones and stuff, but there's just so much there that it's amazing. I mean, we have mini games now that we didn't dream of having. Like, we have a mini game where people drive around in pancakes and people flying around in flippers try to flip them off the grill. That would have never happened in any other Halo game. Like, Halo 5 Forge is amazing. It's just too bad that it's in Halo 5. So, if you wanted to really play Halo 5, if you have a good PC, just get the Halo 5 Forge version on PC. It's free, it has the Forge, it has custom games, which is the only good part of the game in my opinion. So, it also has access to some mods in there, and it's looking like some people are really starting to develop mods, including Game Cheat 13 and others. So, I think that the ideal version of Halo 5 to play is actually the free-to-play PC version, where you just have customs and Forge. Yes, like I said, it has good mechanics, so online is kind of good. Matchmaking, which isn't in the PC version, but everything else is in the PC version that you really need. Warzone isn't. Like I said, Warzone would be amazing on PC, but it's not. But yeah, that's kind of my 1 year impression on Halo 5. The game that I love, but I still need to criticize. I think some people have really criticized it a bit too much, and some people seem like they've criticized it a bit too much, but have been actually fair. One person who's done both of this is the Act Man. But yeah, that's my opinion on the matter. It's a good game, but it's not an ideal Halo game. And with that, as well as all this background noise of creaking on my ceiling, I will end off the video, and I hope you guys enjoyed, because this isn't kind of the usual what I do. And yeah, this is about a half an hour video, so I may have to split this into 2 parts because I don't like making half-an-hour videos. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.